Welcome to the Smite Noob-Proof God Guide for Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt. I will be going over her traps, arrow barrage, and the boss hog himself, Tusky. I'll also cover her abilities and provide tips that you will be able to apply in your next match. Item builds and conquest-specific strategies will be avoided as these tend to change quite frequently. Feel free to skip to any part of this video that fits your needs. Roll the intro! Artemis is part of the Hunter class. She deals physical damage using ranged basic attacks and is typically seen in the carry role. Artemis is heavily equipped to hunt down any prey. The high amount of crowd control she possesses synergizes well with her passive, allowing her to deal increased damage to any enemy unlucky enough to get caught in her traps. With her bow and Tusky by her side, she will unleash a chain reaction of chaos onto her opponents. Passive, Still Target. Artemis deals increased basic attack damage to enemy gods and double that to minions who are afflicted by crowd control. This includes slows, roots, cripples, and stuns, all of which she possesses in her kit. Ability 1. Transgressor's Fate. Artemis places a trap on the ground. Enemy gods coming too close to her traps activate them, rooting and crippling the enemy god, preventing movement abilities and dealing damage every second for 3 seconds. Artemis can place up to a maximum of 4 traps at a time. Ability 2. Vengeful Assault. Artemis activates a buff, increasing her attack speed and movement speed significantly. Additionally, Artemis cleanses herself of slows and becomes immune to slows for a brief moment. Ability 3. Suppress the Insolent. Artemis fires a volley into a ground target. Enemies caught within are damaged and slowed for a few seconds. Ability 4. Caledonian Boar, also known as Tusky. Artemis summons Tusky, the Caledonian Boar. Upon activation, Tusky will charge at the closest enemy god and stun them, prioritizing enemies in front of Artemis during initial summon. After a brief moment, Tusky will look for a new target, creating a chain and continuing to charge other gods for the duration of this lifetime. Artemis is crowd control immune for a short duration while activated. The following is based on years of our own personal experience. Every player has their own style and preferences, and that's alright. If you disagree with any of the following, please let us know. We will try and keep an open mind and are always willing to learn to get better at the game that we love. Artemis's first ability, Transgressor's Fate, decreases in cooldown while increasing in damage. Her second ability, Vengeful Assault, increases in attack speed, duration, and reduces its cooldown when points are added. The third ability, Suppress the Insolent, increases in power with points. Whenever possible, put points into the ultimate. That said, here's our recommended level up order. Tips. Number 1. Tusky and Trap Combo. The most common combo for Artemis revolves around her ultimate and her traps. When activating her ultimate, Tusky will charge and stun the target opponent. While they are stunned, placing a trap underneath them becomes easy. This will root and cripple them in place, enabling Artemis to unleash free basic attacks in combination with her second ability, Vengeful Assault. If the target ends up surviving all of that damage, following up with her third ability, Suppress the Insolent, can help finish them off. Tip number 2. It's a trap. Traps can be placed in a variety of ways to assist Artemis or allies. Small corridors make it difficult for opponents to avoid them. This can help create zones that are a hindrance to enemies or to prevent ganks. Try to fight around your traps. This will force enemies to engage carefully. Placing them in front of you in anticipation of an opponent attempting a grab, like Kepri, can be a great defense. Placing them underneath oneself while running away can cripple and root chasing opponents. Tip number 3, Vengeful Escape. Artemis' second ability, Vengeful Assault, provides increased movement speed and a cleansing of slow upon activation, allowing you to either run away from a bad situation, get back to lane quicker, or simply help chase down an opponent. The increased attack speed is extremely useful when taking down objectives or single targets. Tip number 4, Stand your ground. Artemis lacks a form of escape. Instead, she has a large amount of crowd control. When being dove, Tusky is your safest bet. Whether it's for crowd control immunity, the chaos the boar brings, or simply a good stun, unleashing the beast and standing your ground to fight can sometimes be more beneficial than attempting to run away. Tip number 5, Safety First. Artemis' ultimate ability provides her with a short crowd control immunity. It is on a lower cooldown than Relic Beads, which is beneficial to her survival. Don't be shy to use it defensively. Living to fight another day is a common saying and can be applied in Smite as well. Tip number 6, Countering Artemis. Due to a lack of escape, Artemis is highly vulnerable to grabs, walls, and other displacement abilities. This includes Fenrir Ultimate, Odin Cage, Sylvanas Pull, and many more. Being dove by multiple enemies at once leaves her with no other choice but then to send out Tusky and hold her ground. She is at her most vulnerable when Tusky is on cooldown. We hope this video proved useful and that you'll be able to apply what you've learned in your next match. If you've enjoyed the content, or if there's a god you'd like to see next, please let us know in the comments below. You can also join the Cabbage Core Discord down in the description below. We share Smite knowledge and cabbages. Thank you for watching and see you all on the battleground.